Hello all, welcome to my channel Know Biology. This is another video of anatomy of flowering plant. In this video, I am going to explain about tissue system. Tissues are the group of cells common in origin and structure performing similar kind of function. In plants, tissues are of two types, meristematic and permanent. Permanent tissues are again of two types, simple permanent and complex permanent. Parenchyma, sclerenchyma, collenchyma make simple permanent tissue, whereas xylem and phloem makes complex permanent tissue. I have described about these tissues in my previous videos. I have given the link in the description box. Please check it. Comfortable with tissue? Let us start tissue system. Depending on the structure and location in the plant body, several tissues together perform the same function. A group of tissue performing the same function is known as a tissue system. According to Sachs, there are three major tissue systems: epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, and vascular tissue system. Epidermal tissue system consists of epidermis and periderm. The major function of it is protection, and it also prevents water loss from the plant. Ground tissue system, which makes the bulk of plant body, consists of parenchyma, sclerenchyma and collenchyma, and the major function of this tissue system is regeneration, storage, photosynthesis, support and protection. Vascular tissue system consists of xylem and phloem. The function is conduction of water and minerals and conduction of food. If we look at the origin of this tissue system, protoderm of meristematic tissue get converted into epidermal tissue system. Ground meristem gets converted into ground tissue system, and procambium gets converted into vascular tissue system. In this video, we are going to explain about epidermal tissue system in details. Single layer of cell covering whole plant body is known as epidermis. If we look at this leaf, we see that both the surface covered by epidermis. And we find single layer of epidermis in stem also and root also. But in a big plant, a group of tissue replaces the epidermis and is called as periderm. I'll discuss about periderm in my other video when I'll describe about secondary growth. The main function is to protect the underlying tissue from desiccation, freezing, heat injury and diseases. Epidermal tissue of aerial part, that is stem and leaf, it is different from root epidermis. So let us discuss about the epidermal tissue system of stem and leaf. In the later part of the video, we'll discuss about root epidermis. Epidermal cell, cuticle, stomata and epidermal appendages together makes the epidermal tissue system of stem and leaf. The function is, this is the outermost layer of plant which limits the water loss from leaf, flower and stem. It controls the gas exchange. It protects the plant from bacteria, fungi, herbivores and also from strong light and atmospheric pollution. Let us look at the epidermal tissue components in detail. We'll start with epidermal cells. Epidermal cells are also called as pavement cells. They are tightly packed without any intercellular space. Here we can see that the upper layer of cells is tightly packed with a small opening which is called as stomata. And they are parenchymatous cells. They have thin cytoplasm, big vacuole and large nucleus. Chloroplast is absent in epidermal cell except guard cells. The cells doesn't resemble cortex or ground tissue. If we look at the arrangement of the epidermal cells, they are usually single layered, but also in some plants we find several layers of epidermis are present, and they are called as multiple epidermis. The important example of this kind of plant is ficus and nerium. Cuticle, the outer part of plant, is always coated with a waxy layer. That's why it looks glossy. And cutin is the main component of the cuticle. These are synthesized by the epidermal cells and they are deposited on the surface of this plant. It prevents water loss from the plant. So now if we look at the cuticle of the plant growing in different environment is different. This plant is a xerophytic plant. So to prevent water loss, it contains very thick cuticle. But if we look at this plant, which is a hydrophyte, grows in water, have a very waxy cuticle, so it doesn't allow water to enter into the plant. In some plants, we find some special kind of epidermal cells. One of this kind is bulliform cells. Bulliform cells are the group of cells present in the upper surface of the leaf of many monocot plants. When there is more of water, these bulliform cells are turgid and it makes the leaf to open. But when there is loss of water due to transpiration, it becomes flaccid and the leaf curls or rolls. Some of the epidermal cell contains silica. It is mainly present in the grass. And these silicas are abrasive in nature, so it defends a plant against the herbivory. Stomata is another kind of special structure associated with epidermal cells. These are the minute opening found in the epidermis. Stoma has come from Greek word which means opening. And stoma is surrounded by a pair of cells which is called as guard cell. Guard cells are specialized cell. It can open and close the stomata. The guard cells contains chloroplast. If we look at the guard cells of many dicots and monocots, it is bean shaped. This is when stomata is open and this is when stomata is closed. But while in grasses and sedges, the guard cell is dumbbell shaped. Stomatal apparatus. In some plants, addition to the guard cells, specialized epidermal cells are found which are called as subsidiary cell. The pores, guard cell and the subsidiary cells together form the stomatal apparatus. Depending on number of the subsidiary cells or presence or absence of subsidiary cells, stomata are of force type. Anomocytic stomata, where there is no subsidiary cell, all the epidermal cells look similar. Anisocytic stomata, there are 3 subsidiary cells, 2 are quite big and 1 is considerably smaller. Diadocytic stomata surrounded by 2 subsidiary cells, both have long axis perpendicular to the pore. Whereas in parasitic stomata, there are also 2 subsidiary cells, but the long axis is parallel to the pore. In some xerophytic plants, stomata is not present in the surface. It is present inside a cup-shaped structure in the abaxial leaf surface. And these are called as sunken stomata. This is to reduce water loss by transpiration. Epidermal appendages or trichomes. These are the unicellular or multicellular elongation which originates from epidermal cells. Trichome is derived from a Greek word which trichoma, which means hair growth. So trichome is also called as hair. Function of this is absorption, protection and secretion. Let us look at the trichomes in details. There are two kinds of trichomes, non-glandular and glandular. In non-glandular, there is no secretion, whereas in glandular trichome, it consists of a stalk and a head and it has some secretion. Non-glandular hair are of two types, unicellular and multicellular. Multicellular can be branched or unbranched. Even glandular trichomes are of two types, unicellular and multicellular. Glandular hair includes stinging hair or glandular hairs. Glandular trichomes act as mini factories that produces wide variety of substance like essential oil, nectar, salt and slime. Let us look at this special kind of glandular trichome. This is the trichome of Urtica dioica. It is a stinging type of trichome. It contains two parts. Lower part is glandular and upper part is stinging. When someone comes in contact with this trichome, this upper part penetrates into the skin and the lower part secretes some irritating substance. Another important example of glandular trichome is Myrigyna, where the trichome of leaf and flower secretes some kind of psychoactive substance which is called as tetrahydrocannabinol. Non-glandular hair are mostly covering type. They vary in shape, size, length and found in variety of plants. This is an important example where the unicellular unbranched trichome originate from the seed coat. And this trichome of Gossypium is the source of commercial fiber. Epidermal emergence, which is also called as prickles, they are present in some plants where there is no vascular connection. They are very stiff and sharp in appearance. Mostly it is found in the rose plant. Let us discuss about epidermal tissue in roots. This is the outermost layer of root tissue and it is called as rhizodermis and also epiblem. The function is very different from stem and leaf epidermis. So, because it doesn't have stomata, it produces mucilage as lubricant. Root epidermis is specialized for the absorption of water and mineral substance. So, they do not contain any cuticle. As we know, cuticle prevents absorption of water as well as loss of water. But it contains root hair for absorption. Velamen tissue is another special kind of tissue found associated with root epidermis. They are a multi-layered rhizodermis. Velamen does multiple function. It protects the root from transpiration loss. It binds to the root to the underlying substratum and also it absorbs atmospheric moisture and iron. It helps the plant to get protected from ultraviolet sunlight. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, share and press the bell button. Write your comments in the comment box. Thank you.